So I have been warning everybody for the last several months about the dangers of Joe Severino and his fake run as a Republican for governor of Illinois, and that he is basically a scumbag. Well, this article just broke this morning, and everything that I have been telling people is on this article, or in this article. Information has been received by public posts on social media, Facebook by the sheriff of DuPage County, a candidate for Illinois governor, accusing his rival, Joseph Severino, also a candidate in the primary for the Republican nomination for governor, of creating a fake video of a sexual nature involving a child. In his posting, the first in his campaign responding to his opponent, that Joe Severino attempted to contract an IT company to construct an AI video of the sheriff smoking crystal meth with a 14-year-old teenage girl in an effort to discredit the sheriff and his campaign for governor, with threats to drop out of the campaign or else. The IT company explained they had a long-time relationship with Mr. Severino, but in good conscience refused his disturbing request, and they had to report to the police of possible illegal wrongdoing. The company not only defended its actions, but were disgusted with what Mr. Severino requested to create by using AI, artificial intelligence. The request made by Severino was a short, realistic video making it appear that Sheriff Mendrick was smoking crystal meth with a dangerous drug with a 14-year-old girl. This is kind of how would you say, reminiscent of the legitimate videos of Hunter Biden smoking meth with prostitutes that eventually led to the downfall of his dad, if you think about it. According to sources, the president of this company reached out to the police explaining that Severino wanted his company to create the video not only to destroy the popular sheriff's campaign, but to have him forced to resign his position as the county sheriff in DuPage County. Next, the sheriff's campaign was notified of the attempt to create a vile video of the sheriff and a young child, leaving the assumption it was to be a relationship of a sexual nature. In many states, this is considered illegal and a form of reputational extortion. There is also this thing called the Take It Down Act, and what is really crazy is Joe Severino has posted slanderous things about other people and is presently in court right now with a man named Terry Newsom. I was at that court date when Mr. Severino recognized me, sat down behind me in the courthouse, tapped me on the back of my neck, and whispered in my ear, "Sloppy faggot." I also posted videos of questioning him about his bankruptcies, contractor liens, vendor liens, and various other things about his career or what he's bragging to be, and he told me to take a bath. He then went back into court and asked the judge to give him a police escort after he was tossed out of court because I threatened him. Nowhere in the video did I threaten him. But getting back to this video, defamation, if AI generated content contains false statements about an individual that harm their reputation, it could be considered defamation. Basically, that's what he's trying to do, reputational extortion with defamation. The unauthorized use of digital replicas, Illinois law, specifically HB 4875, effective January 1st, 2025, prohibits the unauthorized use of AI-generated replicas of an individual's voice, image, or likeness, or any other electronic representation without the individual's consent. This means creating an AI version of someone's likeness and using it to damage their reputation could violate this law. Using someone's likeness without their consent, particularly in a way that is misleading or damaging, could also lead to privacy violations. It goes on to explain the penalties and what could happen if you put fake pornography with children out there. So while the police department is investigating this, the owner of the company who creates videos chose not to have the name of his company disclosed. You'll understand why, because if you go against Severino, he has people like Rocio Cleveland and Max Rice attack them online using threatening comments like they're a pedophile, they work for the CCP, the Chinese government, or that they're not real Republicans, even though they have a lifelong record of voting Republican. The potential liability for distribution. The law holds not only the creators, but also distributors and individuals who knowingly facilitate the distribution of the unauthorized digital replicas responsible for the violations. Now you can understand why the IT company went directly to the police. So Severino on social media today was condemned by numerous leaders in the Republican Party. As of yet, not one Republican in Illinois has supported or endorsed his campaign because of his liberal beliefs and running as a Democrat just last year in 2024. Severino has unsuccessfully ran for Congress numerous times but failed. He ran as a Republican, failed. He ran as an independent, failed. He ran as a Democrat and failed. Never got more than 0.01%. And it's funny, the highest donators to his government campaign this year at this time are his wife and the man he chose to be lieutenant governor. Obviously, he said, if you want to be my lieutenant governor, you got to help finance me. So candidates go to great lengths to eliminate the competition, but this may be the first for not only Illinois voters, but for nationwide voters. Now, Severino, this dude is no stranger to the courts. He filed a bankruptcy, has numerous liens filed against to possess his home and property to satisfy numerous court judgments. In 2023 is reported that he committed outright theft for refusing to pay a printer in Elgin, Illinois, for $5,000 of campaign signs. When the vendor demanded payment, instead he responded with personal threats. Later, he provided 3 checks that later bounced because the bank account was actually closed. Under force of arrest for deceptive practice and theft of services, Severino's former wife, Nicole Severino, processed payment on her personal credit cards to satisfy the debt in the course of a month for lack of funds. As of recent, 2 high-profile Republican leaders and members of the media filed orders of protection independently, including a lawsuit for slander and defamation of character. In last month's court appearance, I was there, that's the one I talked about at the beginning, Severino attempted to bully the judge, for which the Cook County judge in Bridgeville, Illinois, to have Severino thrown out of the courtroom by force. Also in that appearance, the lawyer for Severino filed for a withdrawal from the case because of non-payment of legal fees. This is like the 5th lawyer he's on right now. It was actually funny because the lawyer was on Zoom and he withdrew. He wanted nothing to do with the case. But Severino is such a shit show that the lawyer asked if he can mute his Zoom mic and listen because he was highly interested to see where this catastrophe was going. Severino made numerous statements to police officers and officers of the court in an attempt of intimidation that he was a lawyer himself. Excuse me. Attorney Tom DeVore, a former candidate for Attorney General and vocal Republican, reported in his investigation that Severino is not a member of any bar in 50 states. This is backed up by a guy that's running for Congress, the 10th District, by the name of Charlie Kim, who is a Harvard graduate with many degrees, who said that Severino didn't even graduate from Harvard because he checked the alumni while I was standing there talking to him with another friend of mine who was also at a Trump rally. It was discovered he was being untruthful of him being an Illinois attorney, according to the ARDC. It was reported by the police and sheriff's office attempting to serve Severino orders of protection at his home that he vocally stated to the police he was indeed a lawyer, which is a false impersonation in the state of Illinois, a Class 4 felony, which the police are now investigating using their body cameras as evidence when refusing to answer the door to be served 31 times. A supporter of Black Lives Matter, Severino is known for being anti-police, attacking numerous police officers, or being anti-police, attacking numerous police officers on social media, and a Substack known as the Illinois Record, a gossip blog paid for by the Democrat Party and Democrat Governor J.B. Pritzker. An investigation of the financing proves that this is where the money was coming from. The reporter of this hit gossip column, Max Rice, who I posted videos and comments about several times, extorts Republican candidates to quit their campaigns by threats of exposure, accusing innocent conservatives of being pedophile child lovers and members of the Communist Party, the CCP. I stated that earlier. Rice also is a failed candidate for Congress, was recently arrested for a violent battery in Chicago. It has been reported that Rice impersonates being a reporter for legit news organizations to gain confidence of the conservatives, to later write lies in his blog to discredit Republican leaders and candidates. His father, Mark, Mr. Nunchuck Mark, looks like a jelly bean in camos. A supporter of Max Rice's actions, is running for Congress in the 8th Congressional District. Mark Rice, as a businessman, is a prior failed candidate for Congress. Recently, Rocio Cleveland, who I mentioned earlier, an attack dog, a contributor to the blog, attempted to extort the sheriff of DuPage County, James Mendrick, of having a sexual relationship with a young female child, but backtracked. She totally reneged under threat of prosecution. More is under investigation in this report. If you are a victim of these three individuals, please contact the Illinois Republican at www.theillinoisrepublican@outlook.com. Attention, Val Ojeda, editor of the Illinois Republican. So I've been telling and warning people for weeks that this guy is a scumbag. I have pictures of contractor liens. I have video of him being ignorant to people. I have text chains of him harassing Terry Newsom, myself. Harassment coming from Max Rice to Terry Newsom and myself. This scumbag went after a wonderful young lady who, as a teenager, made mistakes and got arrested and did jail time for drug abuse and theft. She turned her life around. She is the founder of the Illinois Young Republicans. She's a very hard activist for MAGA, and she's an all-around believer in Christ and a good human person, or human being. The reason I drug into this is I stuck up for her after I saw a very vicious Facebook post from Severino to her that was put in a group of people of about 3,500 in the Facebook group. I stood up for her. He took it down, but then he started going after me, and his buddy Max Rice showed up and started going after me. And then this girl named Natalie that comes under the name of Samantha, she started going after me. And I'm going to tell you, they go back through your social media as if they have nothing else better to do. I was insulted for my military service. I was an intelligence guy, and I was called a keyboard warrior, and that I had tech neck from working behind a computer in the military. It's disgusting. These people are bad people. I see so many people look at the Severino videos online. Oh, yes, we need a Republican. You don't need that Republican. He is bad freaking news. You can go through my page. You'll find a post with red on there about Severino, with this document being the face page with a little red writing down below. You can read this report. Judge for yourself. There are better candidates that are real Republicans running for office instead of Joe Severino. Have a great day.